On the night of February 28, 2026, the world witnessed one of the most critical moments in history. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the undisputed leader of the Islamic Republic of Iran for 36 years, vanished into history overnight. This event was not only the end of a leader, but also one of the heaviest blows to a regime that had stood for many years. Iran is positioned as one of the largest and most strategic countries in the Middle East. It is surrounded by the Caspian Sea to the north and the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman to the south. The capital, Tehran, is located just south of the Alborz Mountains in the northern region. The place that has been both the residence and the working center of Khamenei for years was the high-security Khamenei complex around Behishti Street in the heart of Tehran. This complex housed not only the office of the religious leadership, but also a large part of the de facto state administration. The roots of the operation go back months, even years.
American intelligence agencies, CIA, and Mossad.
How was tracking Khamenei's position and movements with high accuracy? However, the real turning point was the intense period of tension extending from the last months of 2025 to the beginning of 2026. Israel carried out a series of attacks on Iran's nuclear facilities and the Revolutionary Guards. In response, Iran retaliated, and finally, on the morning of February 28, 2026, a joint operation was launched with the approval of US President Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu. The target was very clear: to take out the head of the regime, that is, to eliminate Khamenei. Around 0345 Tehran time, the first wave began. F-35 and F-15 fighter jets belonging to the Israeli Air Force approached Iranian territory using Jordanian airspace and the western regions of Iraq. At the same time, B-2 Spirit stealth bombers taking off from the United States and destroyers carrying Tomahawk missiles were deployed. At Zambes, the targets were more than one: the Natanz and Fordo nuclear facilities, the Revolutionary Guards headquarters in Tehran and Isfahan, and the most critical point, the Khamenei complex. At 4:12, the first explosions began to be heard. Satellite images clearly show columns of black smoke rising in the center of Tehran. The main building of the Khamenei complex was hit with high-precision bunker-buster bombs. Within the same 60 seconds, other critical targets were simultaneously targeted: the location of Defense Minister Amir Nasirzadeh, the position of Revolutionary Guards General Commander Mohammad Pakbur, and the meeting point attended by senior advisors like Ali Shamkhani. So, they were all destroyed simultaneously. 4 people from Khamenei's family, his daughter, son-in-law, grandchild, and a close bodyguard lost their lives in the same attack. Around 6:30 in the morning, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu stated that numerous reliable signs indicate that Khamenei is no longer alive. At 7:15, US President Trump concluded the matter on his social media account with the following words: "Khamenei was one of the worst people in history. He is dead. This is also a moment of justice for the Iranian people." Around midnight, the announcer on Iranian state television tearfully announced live on air, "The leader of the Islamic Revolution has attained martyrdom." Official confirmation came on the morning of March 1, 2026. This death did not only signify the end of one person. A 40-day official mourning period was declared in Iran. However, there were completely different scenes on the streets of Tehran. On one side, mourners. On the other, people shouting for freedom from balconies, burning Khamenei posters. The region quickly became unsettled. Iran-backed groups in Lebanon, Iraq, and Yemen vowed retaliation. In Pakistan, anger surged and protests began. Meanwhile, Gulf countries gave a silent signal of support. Now there is a deep power vacuum in Iran. The official successor is not yet clear. A 3-person council has taken over the interim administration. However, even this council is trying to operate under the shadow of ongoing bombardments. February 28, 2026. Can the fate of a regime truly change with the death of one man? Or is this merely the beginning of a new and bigger chaos? History is being written right now, and we are still watching with bated breath.